Hello and happy Tuesday, everybody, coming to you from this holiday week. We are just days away, well, 1 day away, 1 day and a half away from the end of 2025. The year that everybody thought was going to be ultra mega bullish for crypto turned out to be slower and harder than any of us could have imagined by way of time capitulation, right? Not price capitulation. So while we're in the depths of despair and destruction and depression on crypto Twitter or X, we are smashing it in the Hive Telegram VIP trading group. We have great vibes in there, and we are able to make money even in these market conditions with, very low volatility. So it's been amazing to learn how to trade during these times, although it has been tough mentally for a lot of people in the crypto space. They're wondering, when is it my time? When is it our time to shine? Silver is making all-time high after all-time high. The S&P 500 making all-time highs. Gold, everything is raging. Even the Russell 2000 was hitting an all-time high. Well, Bitcoin seemingly plateaued and seems to be stuck around these levels. Now, yesterday, we discussed that Bitcoin is currently in a symmetrical triangle and could go one of two ways. Almost 75% full, meaning a breakout could happen at any time. And the measured move to the upside is around 103,000, and to the downside is 75,000. So Bitcoin's sort of like a pressure cooker at decision time. And in the meanwhile, regardless of whatever way Bitcoin decides to go, we will be ready as a group to smash it either to the upside or to the downside. And a lot of people have trouble in the beginning when they're trading, learning how to short, but it is an incredible skill and tool set to help you make money in any market conditions. So, whether you're a long-term holder or a trader, you can combine those two and make money and double down on your long-term bags by trading, or just make money by trading and hold your long-term bags and set them and forget them. So that's what we're focused on this channel, is how do we make money in these tough times, right? And how do we maintain that morale? Now, some of you on this channel have said that we've helped you get through those tough times and not give up right when the going was getting tough, because when the tough gets, how is that phrase? It's when the going gets tough, the tough get going, guys. And so those of you who are on this channel tuning in right now, you are the winners. You are going to truly succeed in these markets because you are willing to put in the work when others aren't, when others have decided to give up and will probably most likely come back when Bitcoin's, raging at 200,000, maybe 300,000. That's not you. You're focused on it now, and now is the time. We're going to go over a few data sets just to help you keep your head in the game. So whether or not we see a bullish beginning of the year or it takes longer, I do believe that 2026 will tick up, and that when we catch up in the business cycle, in the liquidity cycle, and when Bitcoin starts to see its day in the sun, it'll be worth it, guys. So just hang in there. Just patience is the message for 2025, and 2026 seems to have different things in store. Many people were thinking that maybe 2026 was going to be the year of the bear, but that might not be the case, at least not for the entire year. So let's have a look at a few data points. One of them is this. I just thought this was interesting. Many people, many analysts calling for many different scenarios, both bear and bull. This is a trader on X, says decade-long base, everyone bored. Then it finally cleared $54. So he's talking about silver and ripped. Bitcoin is running the same playbook, long base, seller exhaustion, violent repricing, same structure, different asset. So he's hinting toward the fact of, Bitcoin just being in a long, boring consolidation phase before it takes off when people least expect it. Now, whether he's right or not, the actual theory is usually correct. Bitcoin likes to make moves when nobody expects it. And, oftentimes when everybody's calling for one thing to happen, it does not happen. So I thought this was an interesting data point. Another point I want to look at is this Plan B chart. All right. So this is significant in a few ways. And I did post this in the Hive. We are posting these updates in the Hive, around the clock. So you'll be updated first if you are in there. But so basically, this chart says Bitcoin at 87,500 is currently, which is the pink dot, way off its historic correlation with stocks, which are at 6,900 and gold at 4,500. This happened before when Bitcoin was below 1K and resulted in a 10x pump. But correlation could also be broken, and this time could be different. Time will tell. So what it's saying is it's just very far off the mean, right, of what it's typically been versus the SPX, right, the S&P 500. So let's see if it's going to start to try to catch up sooner rather than later. Another data point we want to look at, or another theory, I guess I should say, is Tom Lee, who is now saying that maybe we won't get that bullish 2026 opening because the Fed just came out and said, the latest says interest rate hikes are on hold. It's either holding here or cutting a little or cutting more than a little. Okay, that doesn't tell us a lot, but Jerome Powell did come out and he did say, that potentially we don't raise the rate. So it's an 87% chance that the Fed will not lower rates in January, according to Polymarket. So that's pretty big odds. And people are kind of like in despair. They're like, man, this is what we were waiting for. The pivot, the Fed is, cutting rates, injecting money into the market. And now suddenly we're on hold again, potentially to a weak labor market due to a weak labor market. So people are just on edge. They're on edge because it seems like anytime we get a chance to, have a little bit of relief, boom, we get hammered, right? So these are the market conditions that crush people and that make them want to leave and give up and pack up and go home, but not you. I'm here. Rob and I are here every single day, even in these market conditions, to make sure you do not do that. In fact, we were working during these times and filming a course for you to be able to hone in on your skills during these times when the market isn't ripping. Because you know what? When the market is ripping, it's too late to learn, right? It's never too late, but it's better to learn now so that you're ready to capitalize on that when the markets start to move better and conditions are easier. So that's that. And let's hear from Tom Lee now about what he has to say about his theory for 2026. And basically, I'll read it as well so you get some context. 2026 could mirror 2025 in volatility. Q1, S&P may drop 10 to 15%, delay Fed cuts, policy uncertainty, tariff conflicts, AI skepticism. Q3 now, so we're moving back to Q3. Strong recovery, year-end markets likely higher. Takeaway for crypto, volatility creates opportunities to accumulate position before the second surge. So he's saying, we might have the whole first half of the year to continue to position. I know it's frustrating for a lot of you, but so it just keeps seeming like the goalpost is getting moved back further and further. But I really, truly do believe, whether it happens in the first half of the year or the second half, that we will see some truly outstanding moves for crypto. So let's have a look at this video.
Market and then a bull market. Next year, there is two puts. There's the White House put still in play, and the Fed put, I think, is going to come back. People have sort of forgot, like it's been dead for 3 years. It's really going to come back in force. But it will take maybe the first half of the year to get through that because we don't have a new Fed in the first half. So I think the first half next year could be down 10 to 15%, and then a big recovery.
All right, so down 10 to 15%, and then a big recovery. The key lesson here is surviving is thriving right now in these markets. If you can survive, if you can learn how to protect your capital, manage risk, and while your long-term bags may be sitting there because you already done that, you've already positioned, you're sort of exhausted on the accumulation side, you can learn how to trade. And on that note, let's bring Rob up to the stage. Rob, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I actually just looked at the silver chart right now, watching how it exploded.
Yeah, silver is going absolutely insane, and people are just wondering, why is silver, the asset that usually runs when risk on is hot? Why is that running and Bitcoin is not doing anything? So that's like people are frustrated about it, but also it's sort of like interesting, the theory, because silver has been very, very stagnant for a very, very long time. And now all of a sudden, once the momentum started to tick up, silver has started to make a violent move. And so it seems that momentum is the key here.
Yeah, momentum, definitely. I was also just looking at the market cap difference between that and Bitcoin. They're very similar market cap too. So Bitcoin making another big run is definitely in the cards just due to the market cap similarities.
Right. Yeah. And of course, market cap similarities. And also Bitcoin is, potentially much more scarce as the supply shock sets in, because people think that like, oh, wow, these institutions are scooping it up. It's going to be reflected in the price. It's just not, because institutions, they buy OTC, meaning over the counter. And that does not reflect necessarily at all in the price, right? And so that's like sort of what institutions are doing. Bitwise just came out and said they're buying XRP OTC. So even though they're going in and buying lots of XRP, that's not felt in the price until, a lot of retail and a lot more people swoop in and try to buy it on the open market, right? Like off the market. And then the price starts to move because there is that sort of supply shock happening.
Yeah, I think there's something going on with XRP as well too. Like I was just flicking through like my X comments and some of the things I just sometimes will briefly just kind of see the headlines are, and people are I was seeing headlines on XRP $100 by next year and everything. I was like, what? So it's like the XRP whales or whomever are trying to pump it again or something like that. I'm seeing all the rumors again of XRP going to $100 rather quickly.
Right. Yeah, lots of rumblings on X about XRP making violent moves. I think, people are just tired of the boredom of crypto, right? Like they want to stir things up again. They want some sort of volatility. They want that excitement to come back in the market. However, in these doldrum times when everybody is super depressed is where those opportunities are born.
Yeah, I mean, this is where the time you got to do the research. This is the time where you got to sit there, hone in your skills, or just do scalping and day trading if your skills are already up this far, or practice something like that. So this is those
Right.
are the times for that.
Yeah, speaking of scalping and day trading, the group has been crushing it, guys. So I would not just even tune into X if it's killing you right now and it's making your mentality shift toward you want to give up or you're just down in the dumps. Tune out X and tune into the Hive. Like we've been crushing it in there. Great vibes. The community is helping make call outs, as well as Rob and his talented analysts. All of these, things that we're posting that are keeping the group going during these times. And so you don't even need to tune into X because, at the end of the day, as Rob says, price action will dictate what happens. And we're just trading, like scalping, day trading, and still staying active while everybody else is sort of making theories or, calling out bear market, bull market. There is trades to be had during this time.
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference in making theories and making predictions and actually trading. So trading is where you make the money. The predictions is just nice for talking about and just getting ideas for potential long term. I mean, we all know that Bitcoin in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years is going higher and higher just due to scares and stuff like that. So for me, me personally, it's not very big a deal to talk about Bitcoin where it's going to be going at in the next 10 years because we all know it's going to be going up. That's why BlackRock's buying. That's why everybody's buying. But I think the bigger thing is how do you, depending on where you're at in your life, how do you make money as of right now? What's going to be your plan on making money? Are you going to be swing trading it? Are you going to be buying long term? Are you going to be sitting there learning how to buy yearly lows, sell yearly highs? So there's a lot to learn on how to make money in this category of Bitcoin and crypto. And it's getting the Hive so you can start learning some ideas on there. I mean, are you going to be a day trader, scalper, swing trader, that type of stuff. So
that's right. And since the market conditions are as they are, we're still allowing people to join free of charge. You just have to sign up to the link below in the description. Our verification bot will take you to BYDFI and you'll get $100 trading bonus. So all you have to do is make any deposit, $5, $10, and put it in your futures account and you will get that bonus. And that is just so just amazing. We want to make this accessible to people, especially during tough times. And I'm telling you, even if you've never traded before, you can learn how to trade and make money and have this as a skill set. We just had a single mom join. She's crushing it. We've got women as well, which, there aren't as many women trading, but it's really great to see them come. And guys, we're forming a great community. So sign up to the link in the description below. If anything else, just to get a free trading tuition to get your feet wet, or if you've been off for a while, get back into it. It is really fun and is a lot more productive than just watching Netflix during these family times. Let me tell you, it's a lot more fun as well. So Lobo, welcome to the chat. Haven't seen you before. All in one place group. Yeah, I think I've seen you a couple times, but welcome. It's good to have you back, guys. If you're listening, let us know where you're tuning in from. Smash the like, hit the subscribe, and we will be coming to you one more day, potentially tomorrow. But otherwise, that'll be it for this week. So make sure you tune in so you don't miss anything and sign up to the group and start trying to put your skills to the test, right? For free with somebody else's money. That your trading tuition is paid and you can learn and practice and, learn from the absolute best in the industry. Rob has been doing this for a long time and he's consolidated all of his strategies down to make them simple for you and easy to understand, yet powerful and effective.
Yeah, definitely pick our brains. You can ask questions while you're in group and stuff like that as well too. A lot of how I learned, I got basic trading classes I took, and then everything else was just by experience afterwards. So figured out what worked, what didn't work. Then I learned how to trade in different market conditions, and then I just learned how to be a lot of it's practice, mental practice as well too. Learning not to be single-sided in one way, realizing the market goes up and down, and you can capitalize on both ways. And both ways is good for the market because that adds liquidity to the market. That's good. It's good if you long. It's good if you short. I know a lot of people when I first got into shorting, I know a lot of people were just like, "Oh man, shorting is so bad. That's such a horrible thing to do." I'm like, actually, once I learned about it, I'm like, not really. Shorting doesn't mean you think something's bad. It just means you believe it's going to come back down. You're going to try to capitalize on it. Nothing bad about that whatsoever. And also adds liquidity back to the market as well too. So just coming in, getting those skill sets and just trading the market and how whatever it gives you. Like right now we're in choppy conditions, so we're trading small percentage moves. So you also got to adjust your targets to market conditions. Like there's times you go for 30% spot moves. There's times you go for 5% spot moves. And like today is one of those days where if you're going for 5%, 3%, those are great gainers. Put 10x leverage on it. You're looking at 30, 50% gains. And right now, like today, like a 5%, if you catch a 5% move, that's a pretty happy move with how the market conditions are.
Right. And that is like just so minimal compared to what this market can do. I mean, crypto is very volatile. We can get very big moves. I mean, just weeks before this, we were getting like, 20 to 30% moves and even more in one single day. I think one day we had like 100% move. I mean, crazy stuff, guys. So 5% moves, if you can learn how to trade that, man, you will be really sitting pretty when the market starts to pick up a little bit more.
Yeah. So, so it's just market conditions change. You just got to change with it. And then like today, like I think last night we did a few trades. We got a couple wins in, and now we're just waiting for some new setups to kind of form up. And today, like yesterday, we went over Bitcoin, and absolutely nothing's changed with Bitcoin. Like it's basically at the exact same level. So a little bit of pump, and a little bit pullback. Like there's just nothing different.
Right. So everybody is focused on X as well. Speaking of not tuning out the noise. So I just like to go over things because people do ask about them because they see them over and over. How significant is the yearly close, and how significant would it be if we close this year red, since we haven't ever seen that before in the 4-year cycle? What would you say to that, Rob?
I mean, for me, as a technical perspective, I think closing the year red or green, that doesn't really matter to me. One, we did make a new local all-time high altogether. Two, I think it's more about what the candle is and how the big guys are going to be looking at it. They're looking at a doji candle, and go for it. They're looking at a doji candle that's showing indecision. So they're probably sitting there and making their judgments off of that. They're not going to be, they don't care if a color is just a little bit red or a little bit green at the yearly close. They're going to be looking at the candle formation. They're going to be looking at some of the probably the fundamental stuff. So that there, I don't think is a very big deal if the yearly, I mean, we basically are a doji candle basically means that we're at this basic, almost the same exact level from open to close, from beginning of year to end of year. Almost nothing happened. So then make a decision off of that is, I think, is kind of hard.
Yeah, and I think that's really interesting to note, like how retail is watching, thinking about the halving and thinking about the 4-year cycle, and how institutions are watching, right? It's very different. It's a different game. And I think that's something that people are having trouble kind of like grasping, is that, they're looking at, okay, this is an indecision candle. This isn't a bear market confirmation. This isn't they're looking at totally different things. So if we learn to look at it through their perspective a little bit more, I think we could have a bigger edge as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be looking at through the TA perspective and the fundamental perspective all mixed together, and all the other stuff mixed together, whatever else they look at. But I mean, that's just some basic technical analysis, and I don't know why nobody's mentioning a doji candle on it in the yearly time frame. Like, I'm just kind of surprised. They're paying attention to the pattern of 1, 2, 3, then a red candle after the third one, and that there happened 2 times. Yes, we never had a red candle in history. But this is only like the 4th cycle. So to sit there and say that that's a bad thing or something that's making something off, I think is very so technical analysis. You look at the history and you expect something similar, but never to be exactly the same. If you look at every cycle top that we have had so far, you can go into it. I mean, anybody can sit there and say every cycle top has been completely different every single year, but they're always a little bit similar in some way. So to sit there and say everything has to be exactly the same, I think that's a bad mindset to have. I think you have to be prepared for what hasn't happened yet, because it's such a new market still. It's only been around since 2009 or 2009. So it's still such a very brand new market to where we don't have hundreds of years like the stock market to sit there and back test certain data points. So a lot of things are still kind of new.
Right. And they rhyme. It always rhymes, but it doesn't repeat. So we can come up with as many theories as we want, but at the end of the day, we know Bitcoin's going up over time. The question is, what will it do tomorrow, next month, in the next 3 months, we're going to be looking at price action to tell us, what's going on. And that's it. We're going to take it day by day. And in the meantime, we're going to be absolutely smashing it. So I want the morale on this channel to be at an all-time high while everybody else is at an all-time low, because you're learning how to trade and have the skill set that will follow you for a lifetime. So if you're just tuning in, the link to sign up to the VIP trading group in the Hive is in the description below. You'll sign up to BYDFI. No KYC necessary. Okay. Just use your Gmail and you will get that $100 bonus for depositing any amount, even $5. All you have to do is transfer it to your futures account and let's go. Game on. You get to learn how to trade with not your own money, which is a very, very big privilege in this market, because Rob wasn't able to do that. Many people weren't able to do that. I wasn't able to do that. So, take it for what it is, as a massive opportunity to learn another skill in life that could potentially help you quit your 9-to-5 if that's your goal. You've got to start making moves, and you shouldn't be making the moves when everything is in peak euphoria. You should be making those moves now. This is about playing chess.
Yeah, definitely take advantage of that. Use it wisely. So they say make sure that paper, it's going to feel like paper trading because it's not your money. So that's the one downfall on it. You're not going to be, it's not going to mentally hurt you if you lose it. But the thing is, if you take that $100 and you double it, you get to keep 100. So
right.
You get to keep that 100. You do whatever you want with it afterwards. You sit there and try doubling it again if you want, or do whatever you want with it. But take it seriously. Go in there, and if you take it seriously, you turn that into real money that you can actually take out. I would say take out $20. So you pay yourself $20 if you double it, and then you get to keep the other $80 and try flipping it again. Like that's where I would if I was brand new. And then if you lose it all, big deal. Then you get the not a very big. Oh yeah, not a big deal, because it's not you didn't lose your money. You got to sit there, take notes of everything that you did wrong, ask questions. Then you have to use your real money to sit there and actually make some money with. You get to make those losses with not your money. And the trader usually makes losses. So
oh yeah, and it's very, very important to just try, just to get your feet wet, just get started. And we're allowing you to do that for free right now, as thanks to everybody who's supporting us on this channel, and also to be accessible to everybody, not just to cater to big traders. We want to help teach everybody who wants to learn how to trade, and that's our goal on the channel. So if you guys like that, we do appreciate your support by smashing a like, hitting the subscribe, sharing this stream with others who could benefit, and also signing up to our link in the description below, which helps us keep going free of charge. So that being said, Rob, should we have a look at some of the charts just to see if there's anything going on right now that we can leave them with before we come into the last day of the year?
Yeah, why not?
All
right. So yeah, I have Bitcoin pulled up right now. So we're basically we're right in the middle of the pattern right now. We bounced off the lower trend line, and we're just waiting for this kind of breakout here. So we broke the 12-hour SMA 9. We're retesting it right now. So we are above that one. Got a little bit of volume on it, but let's look at the 4-hour chart here. But we are getting rejected of the 4-hour SMA 200. So we need to break that next. And so we got New Year's coming in 2 days. And my thing is vacation, especially since now the big players are in it, vacation weeks are a lot lower volatility. So right now is really this has been like one long weekend in this pattern here. So at some point this is gonna break up or down here, but I think it's not gonna be done until after the holiday week is over and potentially the start of next week or something like that. We start getting out of this pattern here. We start making some price action. So we're just basically still in that same thing.
So we can range for a few more days before Bitcoin makes a decision.
Yes. So let's go ahead. I actually haven't looked at this chart just yet. I don't know why I just thought of it, but let's go over Bitcoin dominance. I haven't looked at that one for almost a week.
Right.
So Bitcoin dominance, let's go ahead and take a look at this in the 1-day time frame. So it hasn't really done very much either. So we're right now actually bearishly retesting the 1-day 9. Let's look at these right here. So we got some bearish indicators. So that's actually kind of a good signal right now that we got bearish indicators. We got the Stosh RSI going down to the lows, showing bearish momentum. We got a rising wedge on the RSI, bearish crossover on the MACD, 1-day bearish retest on the Bitcoin dominance. And we want this, that's a good thing for alts. So we basically want this to basically drop whenever for alts to start moving. So with this bearish, if we close today underneath the 1-day 9 here, we might be getting some good alt plays actually coming up sooner than later. Because even if Bitcoin does nothing and this starts dropping and Bitcoin holds steady and just kind of slowly grinds up, that could give altcoins the runs that we're kind of been waiting for or something like that. So, and it's also kind of printing a rising wedge here. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in, see if we got some swings on that one here in some lower time frames. So whenever you make trend lines, you never want to go through candle bodies. You always want to make sure you're going on the candle closes or wicks. Those are typically your best ones. Those are what you need to do, because if not, then you're just making up where those trend lines go. If you don't have any rules, then you're just making things up, and you're forced to chart the way you want it to look. So yeah, we're basically getting a rising wedge here. So if we get closing with that 1-day 9, we need to lose that 4-hour SMA 200. We break that 4-hour SMA 200 with the trend line. Basically, you see how the 4-hour SMA 200, that's that yellow line right here, is lining up with that orange line. I just put a line here. It's basically lining up. So that's going to be kind of our area that we're going to be. That's going to be like our confluence break zone. So once those two break, that's going to be our confluence of a breakdown, and potentially getting some good moves to the downside on Bitcoin dominance, which is extremely bullish for alts if that happens, as long as Bitcoin can hold steady or slowly grind up.
Right. Okay. So this is interesting. This is alpha that you're not seeing on X. So if you like that and you're tuning in from X, comment on it, guys. Help us get this out there, because I haven't seen this kind of analysis being done. I just see the same analysis over and over, regurgitated, recycled. This is the alpha. This is the real alpha, and this is what's going to help you actually win. Okay. So that's really interesting thing to note. So keep an eye, all eyes on Bitcoin dominance as we go into these next couple of days. Maybe we'll get some amazing altcoin trading. And if we are going to get that, you're going to want to be sure that you are in the Hive VIP Telegram group that's still open for free, guys. So take advantage of that.
Yep. So, I mean, I'm going to be doing some more further analysis on the total charts and total 2 and everything like that. Let's look at total 2 real quick, just to see what it looks like, just due to Bitcoin dominance is looking good for us. So yeah, total 2 and others and altcoins versus Bitcoin, we're still in accumulation zone, retesting the 1 week SMA, 1 week SMA 100. So we're looking to hold that as support. So as long as he's kind of basically holding here, and we need this breakout level on the heat map here. So once we get that here, that's going to basically confirm that, hey, alts are going to be running now, and we're going to get big moves in alts. So we're still waiting for those signals to basically confirm. But with Bitcoin dominance dropping, we might be getting those confirmations soon. So we'll be keeping an eye on all that mixed together.
Interesting. Wouldn't it be very interesting if everybody's paying attention to Bitcoin and nobody's really caring about alts, and then they start to run a little bit because, everybody's looking in one place. And I feel like that's how it usually happens, in this market, that things happen when people aren't really paying so much attention. And they tend to take off in a violent way. So it's good to be positioned and to keep your eyes on these kind of charts.
Yep. You got to always look. You can't just look in one area. You got to kind of look at everywhere. So just another look at Bitcoin dominance in a different way, and ETH Bitcoin. So that's also another indicator for alts to run as well too. So since I looked at Bitcoin dominance, I'm trying to check other charts to sit there and see if I can find confluence. So I have confluence of ideas or different charts ideas here. So looking here at the Bitcoin dominance, we potentially have a inverse or a head and shoulders here, which is a bearish pattern, and we're in resistance right now. So we're looking to get rejected from there. So that's another idea as well too, lining up with the Bitcoin dominance breakdown. So a reversal pattern. And then also too, down here on the ETH/Bitcoin chart here, we potentially have a higher low here, which would be very good as well too. So if you have a higher low there, that means we're starting a uptrend basically. So we need to hold we just need to hold that higher low, and we might be starting an uptrend. That's really bullish for altcoins as well too. It says ETH is the leader of the altcoins, and ETH is outpacing Bitcoin. That's going to be very good, and that's going to be one of the things that help causes Bitcoin dominance to start dropping. So money flowing from Bitcoin to Ethereum, and hopefully other alts as well too.
Right. And so this is something really to take note of, guys. This is how you're able to be exceptional in the market, and you're able to be great and look at things like Rob looks at them, right? So we saw one bearish factor on Bitcoin dominance. He's immediately going to other charts that'll help him get an idea of the confluence that's involved to see if other charts are pointing to this could be actually what could be happening, right? It's not just one data point. You've got to gather as many data points as you can to find that confluence. And this is what's going to make you a really great trader, right? So this is some real good alpha. Real Ice Bear, I see you there. It's no problem you're late. It's all good. We're happy to have you here. We're just going over the fact that, like, actually, while all eyes are on Bitcoin, altcoins might be making a run in the very near future, because we're looking at Bitcoin dominance being a little bit bearish, having some bearish signs. And meanwhile, other charts like ETH BTC showing bullish signs. So it's really interesting. Maybe actually the momentum could shift a bit from all eyes on Bitcoin to a bit of an altcoin run.
Yeah. So yeah, we're just waiting to see if we get some confirmation, see if we get those rejections that we need on Bitcoin dominance, and for Bitcoin just to hold steady. So maybe if Bitcoin just keeps staying boring, maybe whales start moving into some altcoins and make some action over there. I mean, me personally, I'd rather that, just because altcoins give bigger percentage moves on a daily time frame whenever they start moving, and I'd rather have that.
Right. So maybe we get some end of year altcoin trading, guys. Wouldn't that be great? Yes, it would. And we're going to rock it inside the Hive Telegram. Tomorrow will be our last day coming to you on lives for the week, as it is a holiday week. But maybe we'll have some good altcoin setups to leave you with going into this holiday week and the end of the year. And we won't see you again until next year. It sounds so dramatic. But yeah, I think actually we can make our last day tomorrow our Crypto and Cocktails edition, just to close out the end of the year and have a toast and just have some good vibes, because we really need those good vibes in the market right now. And learning how to trade and learning a new skill set and being with an amazing community is just such a nice thing to have. So we're happy to have all you here, and thank you for all your support. And yeah, we'll get back into the charts now.
Yep. So I'm just looking at my fear and greed chart right here. And the funny thing is, the fear and greed chart, we're right in the middle, which is neutral. So everything's pointing to neutral right now.
Indecision and neutral. Yeah, that's what we've got. There's just a whole lot of wait and see.
Yeah, it's a lot of Bitcoin. It's waiting for Bitcoin, wait and see. It's neutral right now. For anybody to sit there and just be certain one thing's going to happen, I think it's a bad. I think I said that yesterday. To be certain one way is a very bad idea, because everything's too 50-50 right now. So I mean, it's going to go up or it's going to go down. You just got to wait for the confirmation on what breaks.
Right. It seems like crypto Twitter is so certain, though. They're so certain. So it's easy to get lost in the noise if you don't, look at the signals and kind of think for yourself and learn how to look at these indicators yourself, as we're doing every single day on the channel. If you're taking notes, you're getting better and better and better at trading, because you know how to kind of analyze what's happening in a TA from a TA perspective.
Yep. So, I mean, it's just, you got to look at it yourself. A lot of people will sit there and scream the same exact thing on X or Twitter. But the thing is, are they trading your strategy? Are they trading the way that you want to trade? Are they day trading? Are they scalping? Are they long-term holders? What's their plan? So how they trying to profit from this is
right.
The question.
Exactly. So I see you have H up here. We were calling this out in the group.
Yes, that's basically it. I had to delete all my lines. There was too many on there. So yeah, H did pretty good. We got some good longs on it. We came back down. We retested this one day 9. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go in group and show what we kind of had going on in it. So day trades. So let's go ahead and go this up here. So H, as you can see, we had a good bounce this morning. We got 28, about 30% on it, and then we also had Bell as well too. We called out in group. Let's go ahead and find the H setup here. So H, we had a breakout. We hit TP1, and we hit TP1 2 times, I think. Yeah, so we hit TP1 once, and that was from the front run entry on it. And then after the breakout and retest, we had another entry on it and got another one on it. Then it got rejected, came back down, and I said, look for a buy in this area, right down in this area here. We came all the way down here, bounced off the SMA 200, and then we came back up, and we got 3 trades out of H yesterday, basically. So
right. 3 in one day. And that's just also with the help of the community, we're talking back and forth, keeping an eye on it. People are calling it out when it's moving. And that was a really, really nice trade. So yeah, potentially you were able to make 3 different trades yesterday. What's up, Watchman? One of our very active community members. Welcome to the show. Don't worry if you're late, rewatch it. We got some really good alpha here on the channel that not many people / nobody I've seen is going over on X. So if you want to be an exceptional trader, if you want to win, if you want to excel, that's it. This is the alpha. Tune into this channel. All right. Just, tooting our own horn here. But hey, we are here every single day to give this to you, even in these market conditions when a lot of people aren't. And yeah, just make sure you tune in. So H, we've been crushing it. I know that you also were posting about potential night squeeze coming in. We're looking at, getting ready for the next setups that could form, although we're having very low volatility today.
Yeah, so Knight did very well, and actually I didn't get to finish the run up because I wasn't able to watch charts. So when it bearishly retested, I actually left my trade. Happened to everything here. Oh, so yeah, once it bearishly retested, I actually left my trade, but it actually broke out and kept on going up. So I could have got more gains out of it, but sometimes you can't sit there and watch the charts all day. I made good enough gains on it to where I was happy, and I took profits. And now I'm going to be looking for another setup on it. It made a higher high, as I'm seeing it right now. So we're probably going to continue trading this here as we keep this uptrend going until this uptrend leaves. So what we're going to be looking for next on it is a pullback down to this trend line. That was basically kind of like our last entry in a way. So let's go ahead and we're going to pull up some order blocks on it, see what it looks like. So break of structure, yep, just as we expected here. Break of structure, that means your higher high. We're going to be looking for a pullback to the trend line, potentially a wick down this order block to get some more entries on it and look for another run up on it. And as that's happening, if that pulls back all the way down to here, we get a good entry. I'll be setting alerts all the way down, potentially some limit buys down here in order to get entry. But if this holds right here, my alerts will go off right here, and this holds, this might be the best entry here, because as we're going up here, it potentially looks like we're making a, let me find it, some sort of cup right here. So we might be building up the right side of a cup. And if that is true, usually what happens whenever you get these kind of formations and you start making these cups like this right here, you print a rising wedge inside of the cup, and it goes up to your neckline. So you can kind of see how we're kind of printing this rising channel right here, rising wedge right here. And usually whenever that's a bearish formation by itself, this rising wedge, and they typically have a higher percentage chance to breaking down. But whenever you start noticing them inside of after like in a cup kind of formation like this, they actually have the probability switches. Do they have more probabilities to sometimes to break to the upside? When they break to the upside, they have a parabolic move to the upside. So this is something I'm definitely gonna be keeping an eye on as of right now.
Wow, that's the alpha, right? That's a real. I know you've talked about this on this channel before, a sort of like stair step up, rising wedge on the right side of the cup, and these are the things that seasoned traders are looking at, like Rob. So it's a really, really good, good way to a good tool to add to your kit. Let's say if you start to see this sort of formation.
Yep, and it just kind of builds as it goes, and you just manage your risk as it goes. Because I mean, again, everything's probabilities. You don't know what's going to be. You don't know what's going to happen on it. You're going to get your guesstimations and your probabilities, and you're going to manage risk. So we come back down here. We hold this level here, and it's going to be looking like. Hang on a second. Let me find my drawing tool here. So, my opinion, it comes back down here, goes a little bit sideways, and hopefully goes back up. And this is a very strong support here as well, too. So you have this touch here, this touch here, this touch here. You see how we had trouble breaking out right here, and now we finally broke it, and we were coming back down. We're going to be looking for a retest of this level of 17. What is that? 17,111. So 17.1. We're going to say right in that zone here. You see how we kind of faked out right here as well too. So this has been just a very area. You see a couple wicks right here got rejected till we broke it. Been a very strong area. Let's go ahead and just look to the left a little bit more. See if we got anything else in this area. So right here, you see how right in a minute, buddy. You see just all these areas here just active support resistance. We get an S and R flip here. We're going to be looking at potentially a good strong move up. So looking all the way to the left on how much support and resistance has been there. If we retest it, hold it, that's an S&R flip, and we're looking at this potential cup going up, and we'll be looking at a potential strong move of, let's see here, from that level there, it could be that's a measured move of the cup neckline. So we're looking at a 56% move if this level holds and this idea plays out.
Wow. I haven't been seeing this sort of analysis on any other channel. And you got all of the ways in which Rob sort of like looks at the pattern to discern, okay, this is what could be happening. What are the probabilities? Where are the levels of support? I mean, these are all the different things that go into, mapping out a good setup. So there you guys have it, H. You understand a little bit of what's the dynamics at play here and a potentially very good setup going into the next couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to play out instant. I mean, it might play out instantly, but so I don't think it will play out instantly with the market conditions they are in. But it's just one of those things that if this level of 17.1 or 17.1 or so holds, that's going to be that's your line of sand. That level is either going to hold or it doesn't. If that level doesn't hold, then okay, then you just leave your trade at a minimal loss. But if it does hold, you're going to get massive gains. And that's the whole idea of trading is your risk to reward. Your reward's always always more than what you're risking. And even if you do get a small loss on it, your next trade, your win will make up for it no matter what. But this looks like a very strong setup. It looks like a very strong move. So we're going to be looking for that confirmation of this support here. And potentially by the time we get down to there, this 1 hour SMA 200 might be closer up to that area. And you'll be able to use that as well, too, to help for an extra support zone where to put your stop losses under it as well, too. So say we have that good 3 as we're going down. We have 3 more closes right up in this area. As we're going down, that's going to move your moving averages up even more. Let's look at our 50s, see where that's at. So our 50 is right above it, so we might be able to use our 50 as well, too. So that's my red line that I just put on here.
Right.
So that could be a good – you can see how it's kind of faking out a little bit more in the 9 right here, a little bit much. So we might be able to use the 50 on this one here. So always kind of look what's using better for confirmation here. We can kind of see how the 50 right here looked as good support with the 200, and the 50 looked for good support as well as a good entry as well too. So we come back down here, the 50 is up there. They're probably right same area of the 9. That might be your next good entry on it.
There we go. So you guys know exactly what to look for in this trade, and the risk reward is there, and we're giving it to you for free here on the channel. So thank you guys for all tuning in and supporting us, and don't forget to sign up to our BYDFI link in the description below to get a free $100 bonus for any deposit, and also to join our group for free. Not many more days available like that. We will be closing it, and it will become at some point a paid group. So take advantage of the accessibility right now as we're gifting this to you in these difficult market conditions so you can learn how to trade. And on that note, I don't know, Watchman is asking if we already went over night. Should we quickly review that, or should we save that one for tomorrow?
We can take a quick look at it.
All right.
So night, it actually just had a short squeeze on it. So I had a short setup on it in group. And then I said I'm not shorting it because the Bollinger Bands look like they're squeezing it whenever you're above the midline on the Bollinger Bands, and they're squeezing together. It typically breaks to the upside. So that's exactly actually what happened on this chart here. So I'm glad I did not play that one. Like I said, cancel trade basically. So let's go ahead and take a look at it right now and see where it's at. So right now we're barely retesting the 1 hour 9, but we've been playing a lot of fake outs on it as we can look here. So I'm going to have to move up a time frame. 4 hour time frame, we're still holding above it. We're losing some momentum on it. So I would like to sit there and see if we have a better loss of this SMA 9 before I try shorting it, just because I don't feel like being squeezed again on it. I know the popularity of the token. So
right.
We lose that 4 hour 9, and it's going to be a break of structure entry, which is down here, which you see how far away that is. It's about 12%, which is actually worth a short. We need to make sure we confirm that as well too. So even if you don't get entry from right here, and you don't get the confirmation until about down here 9, you're still looking at a good 9-10% move. If you fill up the whole order block, you're still looking at a 10% move. So basically, I want to see this level lost, the 9772. That's acting as support right now. If that's lost, then we can sit there and potentially say we got some sort of bearish pattern going on here. But if I look at it this way here, I was going for a double top over here because that's exactly what it looked like, double top. I said buy the breakdown of this here, and it never broke down, so we never got confirmation on it. But whenever you squeeze to the upside, after I said I wasn't taking this, we squeezed to the upside, we made a higher high. So in the 1 hour time frame, we did a break of structure. So now this is actually acting as a support. So this is still technically in a bullish mode right now. It's not making great volatility for the longs to make money on it. Let's see what we kind of had on this one here. 5%, like I said, 3 to 5% move. So 5% move when we got down to there, we kind of went back up. So it's not very much volatility. So it's just kind of waiting to see if we break down to get down to that level here. And for the upside on it, waiting for Bitcoin to do something, in my opinion. It's not showing me great volume. It's not showing me great volatility to take advantage of. It's just kind of it might be more. We might be going into a situation where it's just, let's go ahead and look at the 15-minute chart. Yeah. So you might be looking at like the 15-minute chart, just trading a range on it. instead of being directional and say this is going to be going up or down, it's going to be in a range which is up and down, and you're looking at a potential 7% range to trade in this area right here. So I'll sit there and wait for this, basically in the 15-minute chart, wait for this to wrong one. So maybe this goes the rest of the way up here, comes back down, rest of the way up. So you're looking at a 6% range. So potentially 40 to 50% gains if you're trading with 10x leverage each direction until this happens or this happens. I mean, or this happens. And then whatever way it breaks, that's the direction it's going. Don't know what, so I'm going to sit there and say, I don't know what direction it's going to be going. It just looks like it's in a range to me until the range breaks. The trend is your friend. The most oversaid saying in the trading industry, but the most not used from what I've seen in the crypto market is the trend is your friend till the end.
Right. And it's absolutely true. And this is the real alpha, guys. This is actually what to look for. And I mean, this actual episode is so full of gems. If you're late or just tuning in, go to the beginning and take notes and watch from the beginning, because all of these skills will help you so much. And they're not skills that I see talked about on mainstream YouTube channels, right? And so this is a lot of the strategies that Rob has collected over time that have made him an exceptional trader, guys. So here it is. You can make incredible gains just on the range itself with Night. And this is being updated in our group, constantly, as well as our other setup that we gave you and more setups that we can't give you here because we're not here 24/7 on YouTube. We're only here, 5 days a week, this week, 3 days. So this is it, guys. You can make a lot of money in this doldrums, in these terrible market conditions. You can actually crush it with us. So don't hesitate. Don't wait. Get in there today, and you won't regret it at all. And you're going to start learning things that you never thought possible, and you're going to become a much better trader because of all these skills that you pick up, even just watching our YouTube for free. So I think that's absolutely incredible. And tomorrow, guys, we're going to do crypto and cocktails. I just decided. I don't know how long the episode will be, but we'll be going over, we'll review everything that happened with these setups, just as a learning curve kind of thing. And just to see what actually did play out. And also we're just going to leave you with potentially some good setups going into the holiday week and weekend. So Rob, did you want to cover anything else, or should we wrap it on that?
Oh yeah. Yesterday when we ended the stream, we gave you guys Bell, and congrats, all TPs hit 10%.
Oh,
so yes, we gave you another winner yesterday.
Oh yeah, we said wait until it gets down to that trend line.
Trend line,
right?
Our SMA 200. Yep, and it did. It stayed down there a little bit, and boom, went all yeah. So I closed at TP3 just because it was too wicky, and I wasn't able to watch anymore. So I closed at TP3, but it went away all the way up and hit TP4, and yes, you got a massive 10% gains from last live till today. So congrats.
If you were watching yesterday, I mean, I was watching Rob actually chart this out in real time on the YouTube and absolutely smashed it, guys. So if you were able to take that trade, let us know. Tell everybody, help us spread this word, because we're giving you alpha for free that's helping you make money here on YouTube. So that's yesterday's setup. Now we gave you 2 setups today, Night and H. Keep an eye on them. And tomorrow, I want to hear your success stories if they play out, okay? I want you to be on this YouTube, and we'll go over it together as a group to see what is actually happening, guys. So it's really great. Wow, good call there, Rob, and congrats to everybody who made money on that in the group and just watching YouTube. So
yeah, I was
Martin,
entry. I think I paused. I'm like, I need to take entry on this one. I was actually
actually, it was real time. We were watching. It's wow, okay, this is what happens in our YouTube. And if you're not tuning in real time and you're watching the replay, you might miss these moves because we do oftentimes do live charting. So that's just it. You got to jump on it, guys. You got to pay attention. You got to set your alerts, notifications. Make sure you have the notifications set on YouTube. And tomorrow we'll be coming to you at 3:30. So make sure to tune in, because you never know what's going to be happening. And Martin, shout out to you. Supporter of the channel. We love to see you here. Bitcoin's in a healthy uptrend, advancing through constructive consolidations rather than moving up in a straight line. Yeah, I truly believe it, Martin. We talked about that in the beginning, that this is a boring phase that people don't like, but it's a necessary phase if you want a healthy market, in my opinion. And we're giving the institutions time to accumulate and just kind of cleaning out the closet, right? I think that this is a very healthy, constructive thing to consolidate in the market, but it just makes for boring conditions and also time capitulation. Like Rob has said, it's hard for people to be patient through it, and it's understandable. But if you just think long term, let your bags, your long term bags, set it and forget it, but make money while trading with us here on YouTube. You're going to be golden. That's the message we'll leave you with today, guys. And congrats on everyone who took Rob's setup for Bell yesterday live on the show. Tomorrow, we hopefully might have some more live action as we're sipping our crypto and cocktails on New Year's Eve. So be coming to you a little bit earlier on New Year's Eve, but as you're getting ready to ring in the bell and, have a great end of year, you can tune in with us and that'll be a lot of fun. So we'll let you know what we're drinking tomorrow. We hope to see you here right on time, guys. You don't want to miss anything. So tomorrow, 3:30 p.m., we hope to see you, and thanks for tuning in.